know, the scriptures is manifest and it's being made plain upon tables by the prophets, because the Lord is speaking to us, man. You know, these idols don't have any type. They're not alive. They're not living. Again, they just look good. You know.
Verse 19, it says, "Woe to him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. They shall teach."
Right, and those two is predominant strongholds for Jake. All right, the wood represents so-called Christianity, and that's the cornerstone for Islam. You know, those are the main strongholds upon the Jake community. You know.
It says, "Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it."
Right. It ain't no understanding, you know, and it says it's laid over with silver and gold. So these things just look good. They don't got no real benefit. You know, it just look good to the eye, you know.
Yep.
Listen to Psalm 15, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathens to be gods, which neither have use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of the hand to handle, and for their feet they are slow to go. For man made them, and he borrowed his own spirit to fashion them, but no man can make a power like himself, like the brother said. They just wood, stone, steel, and jade, and silver, whatever else y'all building is God out of it.
Yep.
Our power is Jehovah from y'all shine, the invisible power. Anything else you pray down and bow down to is an idol.
Yeah, Isaiah 44, I believe, it tells you who these gods speak, breathe, hear. You know, Isaiah goes into that, man. You know, how Jake, you know, is subject to these idols that do nothing. You know, and it's the same thing now. This is why the Lord, this is why our people are about to be punished for being deeply involved in idolatry, man. You know, they tell themselves that, you know, a rock is the one that raised me up. A stock of wood was the one that gave me direction, you know? That's the spirit of our people, man.
That's why, I was going to add, that's why it says, of all those that make these idols are like unto them.
Yeah.
Right, so that meaning worthless. Right? If you worship idols, then you have no worth to you. How about you now? Because ultimately you're putting your trust in something that's not going to profit you.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 44:17. "And the residue thereof maketh God, even his graven image." 16. Isaiah 44:16. "He burneth part thereof in the fire, the part thereof he eateth flesh."
Right, so it's talking about what you know, men make different idols.
It says, "He roasteth roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself and saith, I am warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a God, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worshipeth it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known, nor understood, for he has shut their eyes that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand."
Right, what's the scripture saying? You know, the deceiver are our Lord, you know. The Lord has them for his purposes, you know.
Verse 19. "And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge, no understanding to say, I have burnt part of it in the fire. Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. Shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of the tree?"
Right, so nobody is ultimately considering these things, you know. They're ultimately those that are into idolatry, those that are into idolatry, they don't ultimately sit there and think about, you know, hey, they're falling down to the false image. Right? They don't think about, hey, it's a pale-faced, you know, blue-eyed devil on their wall, you know, and what benefit is it? But they don't ultimately consider these things, you know.
He feedeth on ashes, a deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lie in my right hand?
Right, so ultimately, the people that are given to idolatry, essentially, they're relying on deception. Those benefits is mentioned in Proverbs, the first chapter, the 32nd verse, ultimately going into that false sense of security, you know.
This is Isaiah 44:20 from the NLT. It says, "The poor, deluded fools feed on ashes. He trusts something that cannot help him at all. Yet he cannot bring himself to ask, Is this idol that I am holding in my right hand alive?" That's back up the brother, man. Them idols, that Jake is really believing on, soon Jake's gonna find out that it's really a lie. All that Jesus Christ, the cross, the Islam with the damn stone and everything. Jake's gonna soon find out that there's no profit in that, there's no benefit in that, there's no help in that.
Right, and that's what they're looking for. It said in their right hand, your right hand is what you rely on, So they don't ultimately sit there and consider that they're living their life off of
Yeah, that's what the Lord made mockery of Jake. He said, go pray to those false gods to see if they're going to deliver you from the wrath to come. Roughly paraphrase.
Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 11. Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory to that which doth not profit. Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 11. Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? Right, but the scriptures say that Jake has put upon every high mountain, every green tree, roughly paraphrase. Jake has tried everything. Jake has changed serving the Lord, right? Also serving the calf, right? Going to this right here. That's been everywhere. That the word of God and then he goes back to Allah meaning power. Right? So if you belong from power to something that serves that power, they just so powerless. Because that's where the strength lies for our people is our connection to the Lord. Right? Jeremiah 2:11 have the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods. But my people have changed their glory to that which does not profit. Right. Also, this is supposed to be made for our glory, 4x4. They have made it to where, that they're going into things that's not going to make them feel accountable. That they're carrying themselves in a way that's going to amount to destruction. Verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid.
Something's coming, cuz.
Saith Yahweh. For my people have committed two evils.
Hold that real quick.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Yeah, so our people, they not only forsaken the Lord, but they cleaved unto these idols, they cleaved these practices where there is no value, right?
Them broken cisterns represent those false doctrines and philosophies that can hold no water. The water is the truth, man.
Yep.
So those other doctrines are not giving Jake the water. They're leaving Jake empty and dry.
Yeah.
That's why people are faint for thirst, like it tells you in Isaiah 41.
Yeah.
Or even the Jake that come, they hear the truth, but there's certain things that it can't sit in them. It's like the Jakes that they know that they're Israelites, calling the wrong name,
Yep.
calling us Israel and all this,
Yahweh.
They could be considered broken cisterns too, because the truth isn't really in them for real.
Yep.
It's leaking.
Yep.
Also get that. You already get that. Jeremiah 2:13.
Yeah, what's the purpose of having a water jug and they don't hold no water?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, damn bottle got a hole in it, holes all in it,
Yep.
And that's these doctrines, and like you said, that's these Jakes that know the Israel, but they're offended in some fashion of the doctrine, or they don't know, they can't obtain the name,
Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns,
Hey.
broken cisterns that can hold no water.
I get
Right?
Isaiah
Go
32 and
water.
6.
Water is essential for life. Right? And water is similar to the truth. Because, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Which we talk about in Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom, knowledge, and stability in that time, right?
Yep.
So, in this time that we're coming into, Jake's going to find out that drug that they made for themselves ain't going to sustain them, man.
Yep.
It's going to be leaking all kinds of water, man.
Yeah, Jake think they got that water. When it comes into the time of Jacob trouble, they're gonna try to go into that and it's empty, man.
Yep. You got that?
7:38, right?
Con.
Can I get that? Or somebody blow us something?
You get that real quick. Let Capo get that in.
It's Isaiah 32 and verse 6. For the
The one.
wild person will speak valiantly, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Con. That's speaking on these damn pastors, all these false teachers, all these so-called leaders, man. Hey, Jake be seeking for the truth, man. Jake really wants true understanding of who they are as a people, where they're going, the true understanding of the Bible. But you have, like the elder was saying, you have these false religions, and you have these people, these Negroes that set up to keep Jake in that confused state, man. So when Jake really seeking for answers, they constantly empty, man. Like the brother said, when they actually try to go into that pail or that bucket of water, they got too many holes in it. As soon as they pick it up, damn thing fall through, man. And that's what you see with the Christianity and these false doctrines, man.
It's the book of John 7 and 38. I started 37. John 7 and 37. In the last day, the great day of the feast, Yahushua stood and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. Verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So what does it mean out of his belly? It's flowing into your mind.
God.
So out of your mind shall flow rivers of living water, which is just knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
But you only get that through the true living waters, which is Yahushua.
That's why you have to immerse yourself in the water, man.
Hey, somebody get Revelation 3 and 20.
He said, come to me and drink. You gotta spiritually, digest.
You gotta embrace it.
Yeah, Yahushua.
You gotta.
Hey, as much as you output, you gotta fill it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so as much the brothers been talking about being balanced, you gotta feed the spirit as much as you're, putting these videos out, you still gotta feed yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. The building videos and the milk and all that, you gotta still tap into that too.
Mm-hmm. Brother got that? Revelation 3 and 20.
Revelation 3 and verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
The door represents your mind, man. They said, I stand at the door and knock, man. Keep going.
If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him.
And I will sup with him, man. Like the elder and the brothers just said, man. The Lord is feeding you. When you having dinner, it was called what? A supper, right? So he's supping with you. He's feeding you with what? The knowledge and the true understanding, according to the Bible, of the Holy Spirit. So that's when it comes to actually sitting down and supping with the Lord and getting built up, man. That's
true nourishment.
Yeah, the true nourishment, man.
Yeah.
Breaking the water. Hey, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful point. And that shows you that Israelites written the Bible, man. Even with that breaking bread, man. Jake, that's how we talk, man.
Right.
That's called this word slang, man.
Yeah, even the ox know of his master's crib, right?
Yeah.
Jake be at the crib.
Yeah.
Come
on, man.
It says, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me.
Yeah, and he with me, man. Like the brother said, layman's term, breaking bread, man. Getting the understanding. The Lord opening your eyes to see and understand certain things that the world point of view would not understand according to the Bible, man. The only ones that will understand that will be the prophets and 144,000. And that is out of the nation of Israel, man. No other nation. No other nation can be a prophet, man.
This Matthew 18 and 3. They said, verily, as I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as a little children, you shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. So why? This is Matthew 18 and 3. And it said, verily, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, you should not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Pretty much, the scriptures say, to repent ye or perish. Ultimately, those who's going to repent to ultimately return and essentially feel sorrowful for their sins is going to be the elect. And essentially, they're going to be in the spirit of converting.
Yep.
Yeah, child. As a child, you have to throw out everything that you learned in this world and pretty much, begin as a new slate.
Yep.
All right? So like when you look at a child's brain, they said a child's brain is like a sponge. So they're absorbing everything they see and they hear. And so essentially that's what we're supposed to be doing with this knowledge, man. And that's how you become converted, because when you are immersing yourself with this truth, all right, the Lord is going to stir up your pure mind into the remembrance of what we once knew. And because if you had this truth in the past life, you're gonna receive it again in today's time. But like I said, you have to throw away all the shit you learned in the world, though, man.
And summon with the Lord.
Exactly.
And I got this word for converted. It says, of a building, which the building is a temple, right? It's your body. And primarily your mind, starts with your mind. It says, of a building having been adapted to be suitable for a new purpose.
And how do we do this? Psalms 119 and verse 9, it says, by Yah, it says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto, according to thy word. You know, so the scriptures likened to that water. You say, what do you do with water? You know, you cleanse. You know, so ultimately we have to cleanse our minds, you know, from the filth and the dirt, you know, essentially that we got according to the conversation that we was living before we heard about this truth, you know. We have been called to become new creatures in the Lord Yahweh Shai.
It's Matthew 9 and 17. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Right? So just going into your mind having to be renewed. Man. Right? You have to come to this thing right with a fresh slate. Man. You can't come trying to bring the world into the truth. Man. That's how you end up falling away, because these things don't miss. They're like oil and water. Man.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Look at Alizar.
Yeah.
That Mo, you know, you gotta watch the words now. But that Mo, man, this dude, as you see, he's tapping all the way in to that pseudo gangster BS that he's trying to promote, and then still trying to act like he got them Hebrew roots with him. Like, yo, bro, you can't play both sides. This is why the Lord ended up giving him over to that shit, man.
Yeah.
Watch this nigga he gonna get gunned down more than likely, man.
Yeah, he gonna be out of
there.
there
The Lord
soon.
don't save him for the missiles.
Yeah. He always trying to exalt some street shit.
Yeah.
Some street niggas. Well, I got some niggas that's ready to come see y'all for what y'all talking about, man. Get the fuck out of here.
If you're hanging around that guy, you're already a
That's
suspect.
what the Lord got to do away with that guy, man.
Yeah.
You know?
2025, man, the streets are dead.
Right.
The gangsters and all that, nobody cares about them no more.
Yeah, they all work for the police.
And that's the spirit. Me and Quantum want to talk about that, man. Hey, you niggas that's infatuated with the streets, the Lord's gonna leave your ass in the fucking streets.
He's gonna
man.
give you over to
bodies in the streets in the time to come, man. You know, that glorified gangster street shit, that's done, man. The Lord is getting rid of street niggas, man.
Did you not see the plethora of rappers that got mowed down the last 4 years? Like, yo, show you the Lord's not dealing with no street niggas. And for anybody that's glorifying that, bro, that shows you you're either a lame, all right, you're trying to compensate because you weren't nobody, you know, in the world, or just period. So you use that persona, that's all it is, it's a persona, to try to make yourself be something you're not, man.
Yeah.
They're putting on just
So
front.
you like the niggas when we went to college.
Yeah.
Nobody knew where you was from. So you try to come to college and you just gang banging niggas and shit.
Yeah.
Because nobody know your ass.
Yeah, and found out to be a lame as
Yeah,
hell.
be a fucking lame, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of lames in Israel, bro.
Yeah.
A whole lot of lames.
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is just see how these niggas act.
Right.
That show. Yeah, the main ones that be trying to power trip, them the lame niggas that never had none in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, the loudest nigga in the room is usually the weakest nigga.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yep. You're right.
John 6 and verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Right, that word quicken goes back to make alive, you know, to refresh, you know, to restore. So it says, it is the spirit that quickeneth. The spirit is the word. It says, you keep going.
It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Right, the flesh profits nothing. All right, all the ways that we just mentioned, essentially, you know, Jake gang banging, whether Jake is doing other things in this world, you know, essentially those ways amount to nothing. You know, it's about the scriptures, and that's essentially how we essentially build ourselves up in the Lord, you know, essentially cleanse ourselves, you know.
It says, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right, scriptures, this book right here, is the spirit and it's life. You know, that's essentially how, you know, we come to be able to be renewed and to be able to live, you know. It's through the spirit that we're living, you know.
Yeah, we would get, hey, Isaiah 34:16.
Kind of beautiful.
Get that to him, add on to him.
It's another one.
That's what your mom is saying.
Gather.
That's how we became gathered into this ministry. It was all about the spirit. It tells you that in Romans as well. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind.
Yeah.
Hey, we heard and believed, right?
Yep. It
You
clicked.
know?
It just clicked. It made sense.
This is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Right, so it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, talking about the prophecies, you know, because everything pursuant to Isaiah 42 and verse 9, all right, the former things, you know, essentially have came to pass, you know, and essentially the new things and prophecy is going to come to pass, you know. You bring it back?
Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
Right, no one of these shall fail. All the prophecies is going to happen.
None shall want her mate.
Because again, going back to these other ideologies and philosophies, essentially, it doesn't amount to the scriptures.
They can't merge. They can't merge anything outside of the Bible. Is with the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
So from my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered.
Right, his spirit had gathered them. All right, the scriptures is where the nation gathers. All right, whereas previous prior to this truth, Jake, being in a different lifestyle, that those was death styles. All right, essentially we become living by that middle wall partition being put back together, starting with the elect.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it, but the washing of the word, water by the word. That means cleansing your mind. You got to cleanse your mind from all the philosophies and doctrines. That's like when your mind is cleansed by the word, it's like your mind is being disinfected. If you don't get all the germs, they'll grow back. You reinfect your mind, you go right back to the word.
Hey, the real parasite cleanse. Because what the parasite is not more than demons. Because this truth, it cleanses you for real.
Don't kill them bad boy, it's just born. They'll multiply and grow. Take your ass back over.
Hey, a little leaven.
That's the spirit. I was literally about
What
to
is
say that.
that? 1 Corinthians, was that 5, the 5th chapter, or the 6th?
Yeah, little leaven up the whole lump, man.
Yep. I don't want to get that.
Right, because when you look at parasites, what parasites do, all they do is leech off your body. They don't give you nothing beneficial. The same thing on the ways of this world. The ways of this world, they take from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ultimately put you in the worst case instead of putting you in a better position.
Yeah, because these different parasites, depending on where they're at in your body, they sap energy from different body parts, have you craving different things and whatnot. And that's essentially how these spiritual demons do. Like I said, Jake infatuated with the streets. Jake got an adulterer demon on him, or whatever the case may be. Those are demons that you got to purge out. And you purge it out, you have to let it go. Like when you doing a cleanse, man, you gotta let go of the sugar, the bread, different things like that. You gotta do a full body detox, man.
You gotta stop feeding the parasites.
Exactly.
So 1 Corinthians 5, verse 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? It says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened, and for even Hamashiach our Passover is sacrificed for us.
And that's what we see with a lot of these guys that ain't right, man. Doing all that for a red light, bro. That's crazy. Read it again, bro. I'm sorry.
1 Corinthians 5 and 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened.
Right. He says, purge out the old leaven. That's something that these guys that we see bug out, that's no longer amongst us, they didn't do. All right? Because this truth is ever, cleansing you, is ever making you grow. And if you're not following the spirit, you're going to get left behind. You're going to be devoured by the world, man.
Was there more on that, Cornwall?
I got to read that. Ephesians 4 and 22. That you put off concerning the form of conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the secret lust.
Yeah, that old man. Hey, nobody gives a fuck who you was in the world, man.
Hell no.
That's something that a lot of Jakes don't get. We don't glorify the things we used to do in the world, man. No matter what it was, whether you was the biggest dope dealer in the streets, or whether you were somebody in the world, popular nigga, you was in the league. Nobody cares. Right. Because we understand that everything in this world is vanity, man. It's bullshit. It's not worth nothing. We're concerned about who you are now, and that shows because if you're still worrying about the old man, then you're truly not born again in the spirit, man. And that shows you that you're not of your Yahushai, man. What did Yahushai tell? Who was the
rich man?
Peter and John. They was a fisherman. I forget the name. I want to say it was Peter and John. He was like, look, put all that away and follow me. It's like we gotta bury the dead and all that. And like, nah. But he was saying, follow me. And following the Lord means we put everything else that we used to do to the back burner, man.
John 1 Corinthians 5 and 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Right. So now we're at the. Yeah, you bringing McDonald's to your Al Bashir Shah's feast, man.
Yep.
Bringing goddamn McGriddles and goddamn Hardee's and shit, man. No, the Lord has everything we need. He got the bread, the milk, the wine, the honey, you know, all organic, good for your soul food. And you got Jake still trying to cling to this bullshit GMO shit out here, man. But that's why a lot of you guys, as I said earlier, your spirit's not right. And it shows. That's why eventually you get moved out the way. Because the Lord is only coming back for those that's redeemable. And if you're not fully committed to getting rid of the old man completely and living as a new creature in Yahweh Shem Shai, he's gonna get rid of you, man.
Yep.
I got this for you, all right? This is Ephesians 4 and 22.
We just bring it back.
21.
Bring it back out.
It says, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because the Lord is teaching you how to become that new man. He's telling you what to do. And that's the problem with a lot of our people. And even us sometimes, man, hey, we ain't praying to the Lord enough, man.
Yeah.
You know, certain things that we're battling, instead of going to the Lord and try to ask him for that strength, we try to do it on our own, and that's why you end up falling, man. You fail. You know, but he's telling us every scripture in the Bible is an answer to something that you need, man. You know, but you gotta apply that. You gotta look for it.
Verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Right, as we always mention, the Lord ain't coming back to save no gangster, no black nigga, no Hispanic, native. No, he's coming back for the 12 tribes of Israel, the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. Man. All right, and the elect, all right, as the scripture said in Revelation 14, there's not going to be any guile in their mouth, man. You know, they're not going to be able to have the ability to corrupt, all right, the other believers, because we know what is pleasing to the Lord and what's not.
Yeah.
Verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness.
And that's your focus, is becoming that new creature in the Lord. So, hey, the elect is going to search out any and every way to please the Lord. Like it says in Sirach 5 and 15, all right, being not ignorant of any matter, small or great. So you're going to look in every nook and cranny to figure out how to please the Lord. Because it's not what you do with a woman.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to court a woman, are you not trying to figure out what she like, what she don't like, so you can impress her? Well, you're supposed to be doing the same thing with your Yahweh Shai, so everything matters. All right, from the name all the way down to learning the history, the Hebrew, to whatever, you know, whatever the Spirit guides you to, but you're gonna search it out to please the Lord, man.
Yep.
This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 8. Now Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. So that's what we're seeing take place. It's men whose folly is being shown forth because they couldn't put off that old man, because they continue to allow that leaven right into their lives and wouldn't separate it, man.
Right.
So as they refuse to let that folly go, right, it's being made manifest as an example to the rest of the believers of how not to carry yourself.
And if I can add to that, because whatever you're not willing to let go, and the Spirit will eventually lead into the truth. And the Lord is going to expose you.
Yep.
All right, this is why that constant fight, all right, that constant sacrifice, hey, you have the ability to overcome it, but you have to want to do it.
Yep.
And the guys that don't want to do it, like I said, they'll eventually be brought out, and that's what end up getting these guys exposed and kicked out.
Yeah. Hey, a great read is what Mark the 10th chapter, man. When that rich man, he said, "I've done all these things until my youth," and when Yahweh Shai said, "What? Go and sell basically all his possessions," and the rich man, what did he do? He got greedy.
He went away sad. With his head held down.
Yeah, and that's how, like the elder said, man. The Lord don't give a damn about who you was before you came to the truth, man. It's you putting out that old man and letting all of this worldly affairs, letting that shit go, man, and proving yourself to the Lord, man.
Book of Proverbs, chapter
This is Sirach,
Hold this right here.
chapter 10, verse 18. By much slothfulness, your building decayed, And through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through.
Right, that serves as an example as to the things that different individuals don't want to let go. Because the scriptures tell us to build ourselves up, and the wisdom. We're not supposed to hold on to the things that no longer work for our house. When you build a house, if the roof is falling through, you're not going to use the same roof. You can get a new another house first, like a new roof. So essentially we're supposed to do the same things, but in righteousness. Right. You get the upkeep of the house. Right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Proverbs 24 and verse 3. Through wisdom is a house building, and by understanding it is established.
Right. Wisdom is a house building, and by understanding it is established. Wisdom not understanding the scripture, that's what gives true stability.
Yep.
Yeah, and that house, as you made mention of earlier, that's your tabernacle, your body.
Yep.
All right, because we're all supposed to be fashioning our bodies after the Lord's likeness.
What's the matter?
You know.
Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with the precious and pleasant riches.
Right, and that word for chambers is chadaryan, which is you got a house and then you got the inside. So the Lord is concerned with that inner man. So with the rooms, you got a littler house, you got the bathroom, you got your kitchen, you got your living room, etc. So same in the spirit, you got the fear of the Lord here, you got prayer here, you got understanding. You got meditating upon the word, so that's what that new house is supposed to be filled with. It ain't MTV crib, where you got a whole bunch of nigga shit. No, like we're building it right.
You sound a missionary.
You have a home. All of those rooms are connected. You have the pipeline that runs to all of the different places. So you may have a bunch of pipeline that upstairs living room. You got an upstairs no chance really. And that shit can run down to the living room.
And then he was supposed to do something with Dallas. But then he got hurt. He just didn't do good.
Verse 5. A wise man is strong.
He
Yeah.
can't really affect him, but he was in
Right, so essentially, these things are essentially increasing our strength. All right, Proverbs 14 and 26, in the fear of the Lord is a strong tower. A strong place of rest. So in this wisdom, we're building ourselves up. That gives us that stability. Go back to that. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which buildeth his house upon a rock. Right. Elect is actually going to apply to them. It's not going to be words in the book. All right. Elect is going to apply to them. Get that man was killing. Verse 25. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, but it was founded upon a rock. Right, that rock being Yahweh Shai Yahweh who provides true stability. Can you get that point? Isaiah 33 and 6.
Yeah, the winds represent the adversity. The hail and tribulation is coming. Those that's founded upon Yahweh Shai are going to withstand.
This is Isaiah 33 verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the strength.
Right, now going back to that word we got looked up earlier, homeostasis, because the word homeostasis in so many words goes into pretty much the body is fighting for equilibrium, with the elect having the true equilibrium and balance and equity. All right, the 2/3 inwardly, they're looking for something that's not going to fill that void. Going back to the point that we had made the spirit and
So Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh.
right. So it starts with the fear of the Lord, abiding by the house. Say we got a house. Essentially, we got to abide by the house.
They about to cut. That female
You
point.
got a
It was
general
like,
contractor.
nah,
There's certain guidelines they have to abide by to allow for that house to be built. If they don't meet those qualifications, they're going to deem that house inhabitable. Like, you can't be in there, bro. You don't. It's not level. That's not right. That's not right. So they just gonna say that house can't stand unless you fix it.
That's why the scriptures always say to examine that. Examine it. Pretty much your house. So you got to do an examination.
A house inspection.
House inspection. See, check. Make sure everything's in working order. Otherwise, later on, you're going to find some out that, oh, you got fixed pipe, or you got mold growing on the wall. Then originally you first should expect it.
Right. Yeah, we did a lesson about that a while ago. We did spiritual general contractor. Because we're telling Israel, all right, this is what the Lord is expecting the qualifications of your house to look like. If you make those changes and those tweaks to your home, the Lord's gonna let you stand. If not, you're gonna be out of it. And we're seeing the end result of these individuals that's not examining themselves, that have leaven, that's not making proper use of the wisdom and knowledge and the understanding of the scriptures. They're using it for means to make merchandise, right? To make merch, right? Trying to make these little fucking podcasts jokes and bullshit like that. Little comedy clips, little comedy, comedy. See? But we're here to give you the unadulterated truth so that you have the opportunity to stand in the day of evil. That's why you gotta know where to stop. Nigga, that's what this is about. Niggas act like their house is really lately, like your house got real security. That's why, like, these people that do against the what's your foundation? These guys will try and land back on whatever they hear about this
very cute.
still going like broken walking on that first stuff with the rhetoric about Jesus. You still got niggas even in Jesus that the Messiah is right. That's your foundation. You ain't do no deep digging to figure out what's the truth of this matter. Willfully ignorant.
Niggas are scary too. They don't want to look past on what they were taught. You know.
I think so today in the 12 chapter, you know that knowledge is being increased in these last days. You go on ChatGPT will give you the whole breakdown of Revelation 13, 16 to 18. The whole paper. You want me to give you some more insight about how this applies to real life? Right. The whole fucking breakdown, man.
Niggas are sick, but they don't want to go to the doctor. And the true physician is Yahweh Shah.
Hey, the Lord rejected them. He's like, y'all don't got the right healthcare provider. I'm sorry.
That's it. That's it, man.
That's it. Right.
What am I saying?
Nigga that ain't got no license.
Right. People talk about, how people pay money for that which is not right. That's what they're running to, man. They're spending all their money, they're spending all their time. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they're going to get no nutrition out of what they're paying for, man. Out of the time that they're putting in.
She got fired for a reason. Like, get the bitch away from her.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. Right? And we know that this word is reaching all. Right? The scripture tells us that the word reaches the four corners of the earth and in the end shall come. And we're seeing the end play out in real time. So this word has reached the masses of the people. It's against it and open. So these jakes that try and walk by and act though they don't hear us. I saw a post on Instagram where it was some TV show that had Israelites in it. And you had people in the comment section that was pretty much like, shit, I just be walking by, like, I don't even be trying to hear them. Like, I just learned that's the best way to do it, not be confrontational, right? So it's, people know about the Israelites. Jake knows, but they don't want to make no reformation and actually take heed to the counsel that's being delineated by the prophets.
Yeah, but the scriptures say that the Lord raised up the prophets, all right, to take heed to the sound of the trumpet, but they said what? We're not going to listen. So that just confirms everything you just said. Because these people know, right? They see us out here, but like you said, they just refuse to engage. You know what? Let's pretend like we don't see them, so we can just avoid confrontation, them yelling at us potentially hearing the truth. So all of that's going to be accounted for. This is why so many of our people going to die.
You know what happened over by the kid? See, we had Jacob over there that for the longest. You know, we were over there fellowshipping, holding camp, bringing out the truth, and we would have Jake walk by all the time, and it would be the same individual standing over there. One Jake got shot, and then the next thing you know, another, it was actually the Jake that shot the Edomite. Over by the French quarter, right? And then where we was camping at before, over by the Coquette. La Coquette, they pretty much put together like a coalition. We believe they put together like a coalition on that whole block to get us up out of the way. Because when Rose was bringing out the truth about the pedophiles, right? Truth concerning that, and a lot of people eating, right? All the people that was eating outside and shit.
Oh yeah.
But we're just here to give you the truth.
Hey, you got the 4 niggas that shot the 4-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that was around the same time.
That was around the same time.
The dude got shot.
Yeah. So Charlotte wicked as hell.
Yeah, so Charlotte, man, hey, Charlotte on the map.
Oh yeah. And then the psyop.
Yeah.
Can't even forget about the psyop. You know
That's what kicked it off.
Ukrainian bitch that got stabbed, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly, right?
The Ukrainian bitch, yeah.
So we're drinking a
The
lot.
Ukrainian medic that supposedly
yeah.
died a couple years ago happened to come back in Charlotte and get stabbed on the train by a nigga.
Yeah, there's too many psyops going on right now.
So we know what time it is. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is leading to this new world order, man.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 27, and the rain descended and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell. And
Yeah,
great
'cause it wasn't established on a rock. Yahweh Shai. God's foundation is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Allah.
Allah, Yahweh, Yah. Okay?
Yahuwah.
You know, keeping the laws, all 613 laws. God's talking about they keep it to perfection,
All right.
right? Just lying, man.
Niggas saying that wearing mixed fabric.
You know, a foundation of the Lord coming back to save all of Israel when that's not true.
Yeah.
So when the adversity comes, when the storm comes in, all right, the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast.
Yep.
That's God's foundation.
Yep.
So when tribulation hits, it's over.
Yeah.
OD.
Okay, ain't no Jacob's trouble. Okay,
We gonna see.
all right,
Yeah. Everybody's gonna be held accountable in that.
that's it, man. And that's what we waiting on, man. Hey, the Lord said that in Revelation. Real quick, and I'll have you finish your read out. Go to Revelation 22, where it talks about how the Lord said He's gonna judge every man according to his work.
Yeah.
It's like at the bottom.
Should be like
Right after it goes, let every man who's filthy remain filthy.
Yeah. Hey, you read that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake trying to save everybody.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 11, and in my Bible, it says solemn warning.
Yep.
It says,
Serious, man.
he that is
Serious,
unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
That's right.
Yeah, so niggas is just still upholding this world, the
Yeah.
fashion of this world. Let them have it, man.
Yeah,
Leave them alone.
You want to be a brew gangbanger?
Yeah.
Let that nigga remain filthy still, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on.
Hey,
Let that nigga have it, man.
What'd you say the other week? Hey, niggas go nig, right?
Yeah, niggas gonna nig. You want to be a Israelite feminist?
Oh,
Hey.
oh.
Let her remain filthy still, man.
IUIC.
You know? Talking about you and the truth, but you trying to control the man and shit. Fuck out of here, man.
Yep.
That's why the spirit been heavy on brothers, man. Hey, that Isaiah 4:1 is gonna be a huge eye opener on these women out here,
It's
man.
about to touch many lives.
And it's not gonna go like how y'all think, man.
Yeah, it's because a lot I watched the video. I don't know if brothers have seen it. Like the brother said, a lot of Jake in that time ain't gonna, especially middle Lord, ain't gonna be wanting to deal with the women, man.
Facts.
We ain't gonna want you. We ain't gonna how bad you look. We ain't gonna want you. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody want to take care of that shit.
Isaiah 4:1 is based off of times of war and societal collapse.
Yeah,
Right.
critical times,
And
man.
Isaiah 4:1 is gonna be about the preserving of the elect. It's not gonna be no harem gathering.
Yeah.
Like you said, we ain't gonna care about you being bad.
Yeah.
All right, hey, bad bitches are gonna die out here, man.
You gonna be a
All
target.
right, hey, bad bitches are gonna be the majority of the thirds dying out here because you think your beauty makes you somebody to where you made yourself an idol to these damn men out here, man.
Yep.
You know, so the fact that, as we're saying, let these people have it. Hey, if your spirit ain't right, we're not bending over backwards trying to make you get it.
Yo.
Revelations 22 and 11, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still,
Yep.
and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
That's right.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yeah, so that's why the scriptures say hold fast to what that has taught, man.
Yep.
Hold fast, man. Don't start to weary because what you see another Jake going through, man.
Right.
When Jake fall off, don't get discouraged. You stay focused on your path, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own path, man.
Remember, in 2nd Ezra 7 said that straight gate was so narrow that only one man could pass through at a time.
Yeah.
So it's your walk,
Yeah.
all right? Even though we're a body, every one of us has our own separate walk, man.
Let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me,
Yep.
to get every man according as his work
That's
shall
it.
be.
That's it. The Lord is going to reward every man according to his work shall be.
Good or bad.
So if you putting, good or bad. So if you putting up shabby bullshit work, right? You know, if you not giving the full doctrine, all right? You know, you cutting corners and shit.
Yeah, your ass a Hebrew Israelite prophet, but your ass don't go out to the highways.
Come on, man.
Yeah, the hell is
Right,
that?
you trying to appease to the people. You trying to be politically correct. All that's gonna give account in that time of the Lord's arrival, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's why going back to what y'all was holding in Matthew 7, right? About the foundation, right? If your foundation ain't right, when them winds come, all right, it's over.
Yeah.
All right, that house is being blown down. Okay, because it wasn't rooted on the Lord.
That's why I said earlier, the Lord is very specific on the instructions on how you build.
There you go.
And he said that Yahweh Shah was the master builder, right? Well, he's given us the blueprint of how to become a master builder as well.
Exactly. Hey, wasn't the Lord concise when he told Moses to build that first temple?
And King Solomon.
With the tabernacle? Yeah, King Solomon. All right, the Lord was concise with the measurements on what he wanted on there, the colors, the type of skins, all of that, man.
And the Lord gave his people to him.
God damn. If I'm not mistaken, 2 is knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And as we're going into, Jake has all the ample opportunity to get the knowledge, but Jake don't want it.
The Lord I was just like, where the fuck did all these people come from? All these people just got pulled up out of the hotel. You don't see nobody behind them.
It's great.
And what is Jake
Oh,
going to
shit.
do? They're going to hear the prophets and they just going to be sitting down.
With the fire coming out.
Yeah, really.
Every single time.
They're probably gonna blame it on us.
Right. Go back to that Matthew 7. That was it, though. That's the point. Every man's going to be rewarded according to his work shall be, man. All right? So, hey, in that day, the Lord's going to know. The Lord already knows who's his, but it's going to be revealed in that time, man. You know, God's claiming to be Hebrews, right? But you calling on Jesus.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Or now the new thing, we're not even Hebrew Israelites no more. All right? We just Israelites.
Who said that?
Yeah. IUIC. Teaching hell doctrine. You're going to burn forever. You know, you're going to save all of Israel. You keep all the laws. It's not about the name. All of that, see, everything that we always talk about, all of that's going to give an account in the time of the Lord's judgment, man.
We're not Hebrews, but you got Hebrew names.
Come on, man. But you're exalting Bishop Nate, ISUBK, exalting General Yohanan. But where's the exaltation of Yahweh Shai, man?
Exactly. Nothing but confusion.
You see what I'm saying? This commercialism bullshit. Right, we talk about that. These other groups under that 501c3, hey, they're fucking commercial Israelites, man. It's all about the gimmicks and theatrics, man. How to sell the brand.
Yep.
It's not about the sincerity of preaching the truth, man.
They really have made Nate and General Yohana idols.
Yeah.
Like you hear them mention them more than Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
And
Now you got Nate with fucking in his the people behind him with the superpowers, the glowing eyes.
The Gundam suit.
Yeah, with the Gundam suits on. Niggas, Superman and shit, got the superpowers and shit with the AI and all of that.
They said in the AI that Nate, what's the other 2 niggas? Yawasop and I forgot the other guy. They said they're chosen. He said they're the chosen, so that means they're them guys.
Yeah.
So that's the guys to look for, that they're the elect. The Lord chose them specifically.
Yeah, they put themselves in Moses' seat.
Woo,
That's
boy.
what I'm talking about, man.
Hey, great is the fall of that
That's
house.
what I'm saying, man. God's going off big time, but hey, let them have it, man.
Yeah, let them have it.
You know, you were giving away onto your own devices. The real prophets, the real teachers are going to stick to what they've been taught, man. They're not going
Yeah.
to come up some other way.
And the only reason we keep bringing these guys up is because for edification purposes, so you know where they're going off at. It's not hating. There's no such thing as hating when it comes to being a righteous judge.
When it comes to rebuking,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Somebody had to play the role of the false prophet.
Yeah.
And so that's imperative for the believers to see it and have it identified so they know who not to follow.
All right.
Right?
I got something real quick. This is St. John chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
Judge righteous judgment, man. You see? So if guys are going off according to the doctrine, it has to be revealed, man.
Right.
Right? Rebuke before all that others may fear, man.
Yeah, because what did the Most High tell Samuel when he was looking for the next heir?
Yep.
When he went to King David's father's house and he saw all his brothers, and he looked at his brothers, the big swole brothers, he was like, oh, gotta be them. The Lord told him, now look not on the outward appearance,
Yep.
but on the inward man, because the spirit is gonna bear witness whether that man is righteous or not, man. You know? I got it.
You got it. Go back to that. Yeah, it's a little bit more on that.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 28. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine.
How does it?
For he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes.
Back to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth on a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved in his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Right, their heart is loud. Essentially, that simply calls them the mind of this place. It's not the same as it once was, because at first it was something called the American dream, but the American dream is being touched. The American dream is being touched. Then also the idol of conglomeration. At first, this is known as the melting pot, you see, but it's division on all sides.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother.
Right, so Egyptians against Egyptians. In ancient Egypt, they had infighting at those times too. But these times currently, so we got different examples of that. You have the guy, get unalive, maybe like 2 weeks ago, at that little rally or event or whatever. You have people residing on different sides of the spectrum politically. Some people are divided there, maybe some gender divide. It's an economic divide. People are divided on all fronts.
Can I get something right quick just to land back on that too? Right. This is chapter 12. Just going further into that division. This is what Yahushua has foretold. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Going further into the prophecy of the division that will be experienced in America, right? Because what we're seeing is that these ideas, right, these doctrines, the beliefs of these people is drifting them apart.
Yep.
Right? That's the spirit that the Lord is putting into the earth because truth is being exalted. Right? People's ways are being brought to the light.
Right.
Right.
And what it's coming down to is people are going to have to stand on what they believe in.
Right.
And as we're seeing, everybody don't have that same foundation. So as you see, we saw a good glimpse of that during the pandemonic with the juicy juice. All right, the division came with that. Some people saw that as their salvation. Some people saw through that shit as being some bullshit. All right, but altogether, when it comes down to this MOTB, and Esau really begins to bring this system, this New World Order system to light, people are going to be divided all the way down to the end, man.
Luke chapter 12, verse 53. The father shall be divided against the son,
and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And what's so heavy about this too, going into that division, like we was making mention of that economic division, what we're seeing with these previous generations, there's a division between the next generation after, which is severing that wealth transfer.
Yeah.
So now you got these older baby boomers that's not wanting to give over that money to their children. They're like, fuck it, I live my life. You don't have to figure that shit out for yourself.
Right.
You know? And that's causing division on that level as well, because now you're depriving that next generation of access to resources and wealth to get a leg up.
To show you that Esau, he's selfish.
Yeah. And Jake took on that spirit of Esau.
Well, Jake
right?
had
Wanted
the
to
same
just,
mindset.
just
Good
blow
coverage.
their whole fucking 401k instead of being smart about it, right? And trying to have something like a life savings or something like that, life insurance policy, right? But that's furthering the division as well, you know?
This is Mark 3 and 24. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Right? So you're seeing that division of what was going into, in every aspect in America, man. Everything's divided, everything's fractured. You know what I'm saying? So that this kingdom, we're seeing it fall apart piece by piece. And that's coming to all this division, man. There was this guy I was watching, he was saying, like, the scales are being peeled back, man. The scales are just falling off of this fish, man. This thing's falling apart, man. Bear with me, exactly. Now, this is pretty much the vibration going on right now. March 3 and 24, a kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. That's what's being brewed right now. That's what is being promoted. The news, what's going on, pretty much bring down, pretty much topple America. Financially.
Places like DC, where they're causing the police and that nature, push forth that NWO. Just feeling in chaos. Esau wants the chaotic state. He wants the divided state.
Of course.
Right? So that he can just enforce that order and everybody just gonna be with it. They're gonna be green. Hey, what's Trump said? I'm surprised Chicago's not begging for us to come bring the military in there.
Right.
That's the sentiment he wants across the whole country right now.
Right.
So they're going to need more agents of chaos to push forward this narrative. Right. More psyops, more honing in on rhetoric. The lockdown on freedom of speech that we see happening.
Yeah.
We in them times, brothers. A few sisters out there, man. Just hold on to the faith, because everything, like Reese said, a lot of these people's beliefs is about to get tested. We got to make sure that our relationship and our belief in Yahweh Shai is firm on it. It is rooted in that foundation, built on that rock. Ephesians the 6th chapter.
Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
You saw divided on all fronts as well. Look at your average everyday Edomite, but they're divided against those with money. All right, you got the Edomites over here. All right, and then those in Russia, essentially they're against each other. So, and it's basically balance for the world.
Yeah, right versus left. The Maggers. You got the Maggers mad at Trump.
Talking about this analyst that pretty much looked at civil war over the course of like several different countries.
Yeah.
And he was basically talking about how with the state that America's in right now is ripe for civil war.
Yeah, but it was basically how they all got started.
Yep.
But what events was taking place before it really started to pop off. And we're in, I forgot what stage we're in, but we're very close.
Little small detail, but that shit matters.
These videos, these lessons, camps, it's like the closing words almost, man.
Fact.
I mean, shit. You know, it's about to go down. We ain't got
Really
much
curtain
time
call,
left.
really.
Yeah, it's a curtain call.
Like an example.
You know,
To,
how they turn the lights on before the club in. We at that point. Their last call. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit in order.
I go back to Esau did this shit. It was an Edomite that pretty much his mother
Get
was
your coats on the rack.
so he got into the position of power.
You know?
Like the president,
Now you gotta really like
he was
trying to get
sowing
at
the
that
seeds of like
Yeah, exactly. That make you move before it's all said and done.
That's I never heard of it.
But see, it ain't gonna really hit until we gone, bro. That's the thing, man. That's where that Amos 8 and 11 gonna play.
right. Ooh, them lights, that light gonna come on.
Damn.
You know that the gross, the scripture speak about the gross darkness covered the people. When the Lord activates that judgment, it's gonna be just like
Lights come on.
active.
Lights come on, bro.
Oh, quick.
It's gonna be quick
Them
too.
death angels is gonna be like that. Left and right.
And it's gonna be like Friday Night Lights when that shit, them lights hit the stadium. You're looking up like, oh shit,
Yeah.
you know,
Just gonna hear screams.
Yeah, the Lord said,
not ghosts.
It's basically what it said. The streets basically full of dung. The Bible should lay it dung.
Oh yeah. You got it out.
Isaiah 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Right, so it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And one thing that, ancient Egypt provided them was their so-called wisdom.
Yep.
That's the same thing in American Babylon the Great, but the Lord said He's going to destroy the counsel.
Yeah.
Because essentially, those demons ain't working how they used to for American Babylon the Great.
Yeah, because Esau embraces his pseudoscience. Same thing what Egypt was doing at the time, man. That science of that at that time. That's how Esau Edom tries to justify him going around the world doing all this damn wickedness, man. All this former kill, all this wickedness that he's sown throughout the earth. He uses his form of science, which that's the wisdom of this world, man.
So Jeremiah 49 and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, his wisdom no more in Teman.
Right.
His counsel perished from the prudent. Is their wisdom vanished? Right? And when you read in the NLT, it says, is there no more wise counsel? Right? So they're seeking out this advice on how to continue on, but every step they take is forward in their demise. Right?
Yeah, we're at the pinnacle of this man's technology, dealing with the AI, dealing with the nanotechnology, the chip. All right, the Gideon, the Palantir.
Yep.
This is the top of the top for this devil.
Yep.
He's not going past that, man.
Nope.
Right? So at the height of this technology equates to the downfall. Right? So we're at the point because all of this stuff that they created is going to be used for total oppression.
Yep.
Wickedness, man.
Yep.
All right. So now we're at the point. Has their wisdom vanished? This is it.
Yep.
You know, the philosophy of merging man with machine. That's not going to benefit mankind.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? There's no wisdom behind that. Okay. A man changing his gender, a woman changing her gender. All right. That's all grounds of destruction.
Yeah.
You see that?
Those are signs of a fallen kingdom.
There you go.
Because history always repeats itself. Every time a kingdom is about to go out, moral decadence and immorality is at an all-time high. So when you start seeing men and women below the lines of sex, just know that kingdom is not too far from being destroyed.
Yeah, you got 5G going to 6G. And what is that going to do? Push more radiation.
Yeah. Fry your ass.
Fry your ass up. Cancer rates about to explode even more.
Yep.
All these satellites in orbit around the Earth. More radiation in the ozone layer, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turbo.
You got,
Chemtrails,
you got
right?
gates of hell and different Edomites pushing forth this fake and clone meat.
Come on, man. All of that. And it came out that I wanted to do a video on it, but I had to put it on Rumble. But they were saying the people who got the C19, they have nano parasites in them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, you got fake parasite? Yo, that's
See what I'm saying?
this devil has got to
Yeah,
go.
remember he put the nanotechnology in it.
Yeah.
With the G word, I'm not gonna say.
So is their wisdom vanished? Is there no more prudence? Go ahead, Doc. You got more?
That's crazy. Because if you
This is look at Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. Isaiah 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of them, and I will destroy the counsel of them. They shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Right. Same thing mentioned in Isaiah 47th chapter, the 10th verse, to the 12th verse. Esau's communing with these different spirits. That's why we're seeing a whole bunch of distractions, entertainment, and stuff like that to keep the people bonds and distracted on stuff that don't matter. But it said the Lord was destroying the counsel thereof. How that's being done is by exposure.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8.
You start first.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth the flesh to be taken out of the way.
That mystery of iniquity is Esau, even the so-called white man.
Also going back to Rome, right? Going back to Rome. Now, it's reincarnation of that with America. Right? But it says, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
Right, so it says, and then shall that wicked, all right, the wicked is Esau, even the so-called white man, all right, the physical counterpart of Satan. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. So right now, the Lord is in the process of revealing Esau, even. That's why, deception don't work how it used to.
That was the power, right? Back in the shadows, right? Operating, pulling the screen from behind the scenes. He was that man, like yesterday, right? Now it's being revealed that he was just a real man, he was a reporter.
Even going further, right? Everybody knew Amalek was working behind the scenes, right? Pushing all these things forward, but now it's being made more and more known to the masses because you see them stepping forward into the light, right? It's being exposed. You see people like Ben Shapiro, what's the other guy, Matt Walsh, right? All these guys who are all Amalekites taking over the mantle of the talking heads of American politics.
Exactly. Exactly. He's infiltrating yet again.
You just picture Esau like a damn criminal running in the street. The damn ghetto bird, the helicopter shining the light on him, he's trying to run and escape. You can't get away from him. You got the helicopter, you can't get away. Trying to go down the alley, trying to hide.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? Because ultimately, right now, they feel as if the Lord isn't seeing the stuff that they're conspiring with. All right, Psalms 83, all right, Psalms 2nd chapter, all right, these different groups of Freemasons and things of that nature. They feel as if they're conspiring and they're not going to be held accountable for these things, but it's still safe. Requires that which is bad. Verse 13 of the latter, it says, their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Right. And the scriptures also say that the Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, so the Lord is keeping an account of everything happening. And who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Right, so you saw him essentially turn everything upside down. All right, the Lord made the earth and found the foundation. All right, everything had a certain cycle, a certain balance. What he saw he had done is he's taking it out of balance, and he felt like he wasn't going to be held accountable for that. So the Lord is essentially exposing that by way of his truth. And he was programmed to be Esau was programmed to be wicked. Nullify all of the crimes and atrocities that Esau has done throughout the earth. You're not going to nullify his role in prophecy. He's the wicked. His works speak to him. He's working, and as the brother had read in 2 Thessalonians, the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
this devil is working overtime, like brothers was making mention of all of the things that he's doing in the earth. Who else has that means to do so?
Right. Yeah.
You have, in order to do the shit that Esau doing, you have to be given the authority over the earth. Because if you didn't have authority over the earth, you would never be able to do those things.
Yeah.
Change your fucking food. How does one even change
Michael Toon.
the genetic makeup of food? How do you even think of something like that?
Why are you thinking of something?
Why are you thinking of something?
And what thought of this
Why
man
are
is
you-
deep.
Why are you thinking of reprogramming children and chopping off their brows and making them go through a sex change? How do you even program your mind to think like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna make
or even
blockers.
be even in the position of authority to do something. You have to be the wicked.
Yeah. That's a lot of time and energy, man.
That's a lot of time. Like, goddamn, nigga,
Yeah.
you was better off just keeping it what it was.
Hey, but you say he don't sleep unless it causes someone to fall, unless he does works of mischief.
That's how you know that he's the wicked.
Yeah.
He's programmed like that. Like he gets the same way how we get vexed in the spirit if we don't do right.
Yeah.
He get vexed in the spirit if he don't do wrong.
Yeah.
He like, yo, I ain't killing anything. God
That's how
damn.
he like. It's too many people.
I
They really
ain't
think like that.
Mom
man.
yet. Shit.
I ain't drunk no.
Get no back.
I ain't had no Chrome this morning.
That's a real wicked news.
Yeah. I had Chrome. Upset.
Where the baby's at?
Yeah. Literally. For real.
Say they imagine mischiefs in that
Party
heart.
favors. Yeah.
That
Party
whole
favors.
mind is to
Why
destroy.
do you think they made the show?
It's
Ninja Turtles?
Micah 2:1.
What they like?
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right? So what we're seeing right now is them executing that power, man. They're blessed. They were blessed with the oil and the fatness of the earth, man. Right? And being given sword, they have to work and execute everything they do through the power of that sword, man. He can't move in a peaceful way. Right? It's against his nature to move in a righteous way. You know, that's why when it talks about they spread themselves as a green bay tree, right? They have to spread through violence. They have to infect everything that they touch with wickedness. Right? Everybody on this side is what's the word? Being held accountable for that, man. Right? They're all complicit or active participants in the destruction of the earth, man.
Yeah. Shit. What you think? What you think that meeting was the other day when DJ Trump and all them what was it, John Lord and all them
Technocrats.
up in London? They just had that big dinner, man. What you think they was talking about, man? They was basically talking about we're almost at the end of bringing in this new world order. That's what they were talking about.
And they literally pretty much lived out that AI video that you posted.
Right in your face, man. Right in your face.
It's over.
It's done, man. They're really about to usher this thing in, man. They're really about to crash this stuff.
It shows you how close your Shai is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fathership, you know.
100 times the sun.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
The heavenly hosts are here. Everything is being lined up, man, for it to go down.
Yeah,
And that's why brothers is on overdrive, man. Hey, it was a point that I heard Elder Zahab make, but it's like, you notice how GMS is the only camp, and the brothers that follow us are the only camp that talk about the chariots, that talk about spiritual power and all that, because we see it. These other guys don't see it, man.
They got the eyesight.
And if they do see chariots, they don't report on it. We do that so that we give faith boosters, man.
Yep.
To show you, like it says in 2 Kings 6:16, man, they that be with us are more than they be with them, man.
These are the vehicles of our salvation.
Exactly.
Everything when it comes to all the various events that's taking place in Babylon are faith boosters to us because we see that the Lord is drawing closer and closer.
Hey, we are being groomed to embrace the supernatural, because that's what's coming, man. It's supernatural shit that you never thought you could possibly see in your life. Shit that you see in movies, the Lord's gonna be happening in real life on the left and the right hand side.
Yeah, you have to get your mind. You have to prepare for that, man. That's why you constantly have to be supping in this word and meditating on these prophecies, man. Once you start to worry about the affairs of this life, that's when your faith starts to work.
Hey, I did the video yesterday, man. Hey, keeping your eye on your Howard Shai, man.
That's right.
And when you keep your eye, when you're constantly looking at the Lord, man, all things are made plain to you. But when you start moving your sight to all this other bullshit, that's when you start getting distracted,
Yep.
and Satan, gets up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what they call Markham Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, it was a simple answer. So, ultimately,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chariots, they talk about aliens and some planet rebuke or some other shit. But really, the scriptures lay out that they ain't.
Get Joshua 1:8.
If it's not a script, I believe it's the scripture that says that the chariots of our salvation, right?
Yeah.
If somebody want to grab that.
And the scriptures also say, look up because your redemption draweth nigh. And that's why we're constantly looking up into the heavens, man. Because we understand that the Lord is getting closer and closer. And like the brother said, backing up the beloved priest, like he said, man, when you meditate on Yahweh Shai, that means you supping in these prophecies. Because Revelation 19:10, Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So you constantly embracing everything that you see taking place as far as these current events, which are what the plagues, you know that Yahweh Shai is drawing close, man. That's why you got to stay meditating on these scriptures, man. Can you get that for me real quick, then pass it back?
Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
This book of the law is talking about the Bible, man. It should not depart out of thy mouth, man. You're constantly supposed to be supping in these scriptures, man. Meditating on these scriptures, reading, trying to get making sure you embracing these scriptures day and night, man. Keep going.
Yeah, because that's you communicating with the Lord.
Yep. Crying out. Yeah. Because praying is a form of begging. You're crying out to the Lord, knowing, like the brother said, Apostle Gabar was going to. That's showing that you need him. Like Priest said it earlier, we need the Lord, man. We can't do none of this without him, man.
Yeah.
And we're not ashamed to say it, man.
That's tapping back into your power. So look how smooth your day goes when you actually take the time out to read, pray, fast when you need to, man. The spirit, you feel the spirit, increasing you.
Yep. It feel like a boost of energy.
Yeah.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Yeah. Thou mayest observe to do all that is written therein, man. As the brother priest just said, man. Reading, studying, fasting, fellowshipping, everything the Lord told us to do, man. Taking heed to the prophecies, man. Everything the Lord told us to do, man.
I tell you, build in the correct way.
Yeah.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. Because what are you doing? You're setting your house in order, man. You're getting yourself prepared for the return of the Lord, man. And as you're doing this, it makes your ways prosperous in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. That's why, like the brother said, everything will go a lot smoother if you actually just do what the Lord commanded you to do, man. Yeah, you're going to go through your hells and tribulation, but that's part of the walk. But you ain't about to catch that back end like a lot of these niggas about to catch. They going to catch that back end. I'd rather catch what's going on right now, go through my hell, job, women, children, the bullshit. Yeah. But knowing that the Lord got me, gonna get me through it.
Hey, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah,
Like, how's the scripture go? How we suffer, basically, we suffer the hell, so we don't have to suffer the true destruction that's coming. I can't think of it right now. No, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, because I can add to you, because I saw, I don't know what brother posted that quote earlier, but he said pretty much, don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want now.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this world's going to pass away. And this world is catered to you pleasing the flesh. Yep. So if your ultimate goal, all right, is salvation through Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, then you're going to do what needs to be done.
That's right.
Whether you feel like doing it or not.
That's right. That quote for you. It says, if you don't sacrifice what you want will be your sacrifice.
Woo! Man.
That's why the Lord is saying what you care about the most, man.
Yeah.
Make your Romans 12:2, man.
Yeah.
Make your body a living sacrifice. It's like 12:1. Make your body a living sacrifice, man. Because when you're putting that time towards the Lord, all right, that's showing that you actually are trying. But if you're putting your family, your job, or whatever else over the Lord will take that from you, man.
Yep.
If you're of the elect, or if you're of the 230, He gonna let that shit consume you, and that's what's gonna pull you out the truth.
Yep. End up giving you way to say it. Was there any more on that corner off? That was it.
A little bit more. It's Joshua 1 and 8. I'll just read it. It reads, This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Yeah, then thou shalt have good success, man. And what is the ultimate success? Salvation, which we're seeking for, man. That's why we out here putting our bodies as a living sacrifice. But that's what we're seeking for, is to be saved from the coming destruction that the Lord's about to bring into the earth, man. That's what we're seeking for, man. True salvation through Yahweh Shem Shah, man. This world wants salvation through Esau, and they ain't getting it. He can't save himself, man.
Verse 9. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
Right. So being under the covenant of Yahweh Shai, right? We're encouraged, we're admonished to stay in the spirit of confidence, right? Calm meaning with, and let's go back to the word fidelity, meaning faith, right? So we're to remain faithful to the mission, right? We're to remain obedient through the face of adversity, right? As brothers were making mention of you said
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor, right? Having our mind focused on Yahweh Shai, that's what Peter went through, right? When he was walking on that water, and he took his eyes off Yahweh Shai and he started to focus on the wind, that's when he started to sink, right? So when we're coming into that exact time where we have to remain focused on Yahweh Shai in this world where it's about to pivot into all-out madness. Because without Yahweh Shai, what can we really expect to get through without him?
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Hamashiach who strengthens me. That's your power. Strong, man. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
I got this one from.
You want to break it down?
Habakkuk 3, and verse 8, it says, Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation?
That pretty much serves as a similitude and a foreshadowing in the picture of how much construction the Lord is going to do. Then it says at the latter, it says, and thy chariots of thy salvation, and thy chariots of salvation, because the chariots are going to be the vehicles that's used to deliver the elect. As the as the ICBMs is coming down, the elect's going to be beamed up, so it's going to be a simultaneous delivery.
The only way out.
Go back, catch no PJ, I was going to be people in this one. Niggas ain't going to catch no PJ out there.
And Spirit even is speaking on that because the destruction that's going to take place after the missiles hit, bro, the earth is going to be in complete hell for an undisclosed amount of time, man. We don't know how long, Lord willing, of the elect we're going to be in the chariots, but we know it's going to be a while because the earth is going to have to get through that nuclear winter and then the fallout and everything else. So these other countries that's not going to get hit by the missiles, they're going to be drinking contaminated water. The animals going to be fucked up. Radiation poison. It's going to be bad out here, man.
It's going to be bad.
Jake don't understand how serious this shit about to get, man.
The Lord set this thing up where you have no choice but to rely on him.
Yeah.
There's no other means that's going to deliver you from what's to come.
Man.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, essentially Esau Edom, his plan, his different schemes, those things are being exposed by the Spirit, by the truth. And it says, when the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which represents the prophets, will bring out his truth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, because when the Lord ultimately comes back, he will destroy them, and leave the hegemony by disturbed.
Look at Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord, Yahweh shall shine the Lord host. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up.
Right, so what this is going into, reading down to verse 10, it's talking about the economy, because like ancient Egypt, they really relied on the economy that the Nile River gave them. So likeness unto American Babylon Greek, but the economy is really being touched.
Isn't the Mississippi River like it into the Nile River or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, it's the same.
Same significance.
Yeah, so hey, we in spiritual.
Yeah. It's just I think it's what 37% on one side, just like it was in Egypt, and then you have what is it, Memphis, right on same as Memphis or Egypt, right on the river. It's dried up. It's dried up.
It pretty much it kind of
is.
splits the country into two, and then like it has like different estuaries that it pretty much branch off.
Yep.
So they transport a lot of goods and stuff, from the ships
Yep.
on the Mississippi River.
Oh yeah.
But it's drying up though. So
Oh yeah.
Isaiah 19 and verse 6. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be empty and dried up. The reeds and flags shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. The fishes also shall mourn. Also shall be born, and all they that cast angle into the brook shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish.
yeah, and that's what you see going on with a lot of these fishes beaching themselves, man. And it also has to do with Esau, Edom tampering the water. A lot of these fishes are basically poison, man. I forgot what it could have been Mississippi River, but it was a lot of fish just come washing up the shore, man, because all the contamination. Also with them waves, with them submarines that Esau be doing, they be messing with them fishes, man.
Radiation.
Radiation, yeah.
With the sonar.
Yeah, the sonar, yeah, that
Sonar,
the sonar that messes with a lot of them fishes, man.
The fishes also goes into
You ever see those
people
when
who
they do
work.
that shit?
Right, we're seeing the economy, reach a downturn that it's never seen before. Right, they're saying, we're seeing the worst economy since the pandemic. Right, where there are more people that need jobs than there are jobs available. Right, so we're at the point of that turning over the economy that they need to bring in that CBDC system. Right, all this is about to reach ahead.
Yeah.
No?
This chapter is going into how work is drying up. That's why you read further on, it says what? There should be no work for Egypt. All right, so all the work that supports the economy here is dead.
If I can add too, at one point, this was what we were talking about, like a gig economy. The gig economy is no more. All right, they put it to where with DoorDash, they robbing or they flying the food to the different flights. Same thing with Uber Eats. So there's no work to eat.
All these things drying up. We're talking about the reeds drying up, the river drying up. There's nowhere to go to get a job out here, man. Right? And if you think you've got a job, right, it's one of these ghost applications.
I think
talking about where you're applying for something that don't even exist.
I believe I heard a brother bring that report out saying like over 75% of Americans are jobless, only 25% of Americans actually have jobs. So it was like nobody really is able to work no more because the majority of the people are out of work. There's no gig jobs, so even your side hustle is no longer a side hustle, man.
Yeah, I did a lesson last night. We're really they're actually trying to admit that we're in a recession. Because I watched Powell, they're doing basically another cut. But with them doing another cut, that's making the buying power in the dollar weaken more and more, which is adding more to the debt. So they're basically just saying it in your face that you're in a recession. Like the tariffs and all these wars and all these things that's happening is actually crippling the economy. That's why America's so dumb. You're actually already in war because war is what stimulates the economy, man. Mm-hmm. That's why they're going to war now. That's why you see Esau Edom trying to build up his arsenal and do all these deals with Saudi Arabia and these other countries, investments, because why? They're going to war, man. But these people are so damn stupid, they don't understand. You was able to thrive and get through 2008, because why? War. 2000, war. It was always a war, right? But now, 2025, you're in a war again. It's the same thing, man.
After that priest you brought out, the jobs that people do have can't pay the bills.
Right.
Right? So you see figures talking about however many millions of people have jobs, but it's misleading because they can't actually afford to live out here, right? So like just going back to the scriptures the brother is reading, right? Everything being dried up, people can't live anymore. They don't have, as the scriptures talk about, the things necessary for a man's life, right? We're watching them be put in the streets.
Ultimately, what you see is, a reference to look at is prior to World War II, right? During the Great Depression, what was going on during that time, and leading up to World War II, that pretty much is essentially what's going on right now. You got depression that's building up, a recession that's about to, kick off. Really, we're in a recession. But like Brother Ross mentioned, they put these fake, these dummy applications, dummy posts up on like Indeed and places like that to give you the illusion that America is still, booming.
Yeah, nigga get the WhatsApp text talking about you got a remote job for however much an hour and all that. That shit ain't real, man. That just shows your data been breached.
Yeah, I hate that shit, man. You want to
this is based on Esau. You think just because he go to war, this is gonna be the last war right here.
Yep.
And that's why he dragging his feet.
Yeah, he ain't gonna snap back after the war. He comes, he gonna let this snare. Knows how to lay it out. This is it right here.
That's right.
This world stage is different from times past. Like the scriptures say, have you become weak as weak?
Yeah.
Right? Esau ain't playing with that high bar. You don't got the high hook.
He ain't the A side no more.
Shit looking real smooth. You got the dragons of Arabia, you got the BRICS alliance, right? You got all of these nations that are pretty much putting together a way in which they can come against the beast, right? Well, more specifically the horde. Because even within the 10 nations within the EU, right, they're going to start to look at the horde with hate. And we're already seeing that that's being fueled amongst the EU.
Yep.
Isaiah 19 and verse 9. Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish.
Right, again, this is going into the economy, so I got this right fast. Actually, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Verse 3. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right, the keepers of the house that represents the economy, those that look out for the well-being of the economy, how the people are doing, because the economy is what they call the lifeline of the people. So if nobody's spending money, that means ain't nobody so good.
Economy, household management. That's why they keep lowering the interest rates, so they can stimulate the flow of the dollar. With that recession, that's just only going to boost the division even more. Because who has the money to just say, fuck it, I'm going to be able to invest more of my money? Niggas don't have money. People don't got no bread. That's the game of this system, is that those who have the money can afford to borrow the most money and spend that money. But when you're at the bottom, you can't afford to borrow, man. Right? Because that's going to put you in a state where you're in perpetual servitude.
Verse 3 in the latter, it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders, cease because they are few. Right? It says, the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders essentially represent the workers. Right? It's no more work. So it says no work for either. Right. I'm going to get this one fast. Because again, reading Isaiah 19, 5 and 10, we got Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. It goes into the economy. So I got your AI over. And it says, if an economy has no workers, there is no production of goods and services, leading to shortages and potential societal collapse. If an economy has no consumers, businesses cannot sell their products, resulting in decreased revenue, layoffs, business closures. All right, something going into that as well. An example of that, is these different programs that they got, EBT and SNAP. Where they don't have any workers, but there will be no use to have those benefits anymore. So that's leading to layoffs. So it says business closures and a sharp economic downturn with potential for mass starvation. Both scenarios create a negative feedback loop as a lack of work means fewer consumers who are also consumers of goods and services. The lack of consumers means businesses have no incentives to produce or employ anyone, leading to collapsing economy.
And that, I was going to add, going into the Agenda 2030 and things of that nature, right, these 15-minute cities, they need this place to, the economy to be flatlined so that they can build up in the way they want it to. Man. You can't have traditional business operate with the central bank digital currency business. So now, with the AI being established, they can create these factories that don't need workers. They can create these meat plants that are doing this, the fake meat and things of that nature. They can give you your ration of clothing. They can tell you, they can build your house with the robots and things of that nature. Right, so they won't need the employees. That's why you're watching every job, right, start to shift into, right, taking AI as the dominant force.
Yeah, that's it. Real time. Yuval Noah Harari said, look, we don't need humans no more. And we're actually seeing this shit. Everything's going automated.
That's called people rights.
Yep.
Right now, anything out of 10 pounds, that's what I'm
Really don't this new system that's being implemented, ain't gonna value, the human. It's gonna be so really the top of people, right?
And that's why they don't really care about Northern Kingdom getting shipped off back to Mexico or wherever. Because they, there's no farm jobs, because they're going to replace them with AI anyway.
Exactly.
So the only thing you right is
This is Isaiah 19.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3 in the letter, it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Like you said, going into the fact that job not if anybody works it. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3 in the latter, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Right, it's no hope, for this place. Alright, there's no future. Alright, so those that are looking out the windows essentially represent looking out into the future, but they don't see no future. So they know that. Right. Like you say, there's no vision to fix America. So it's like you don't see anything. That's why niggas is high as fuck all the time. They trying to sedate themselves, all type of drugs, all type of quality. But hey, the Lord about to start cutting all that shit off. You ain't gonna have access to the phone. You're not gonna have access to the internet. You're not gonna have access to quality. You're just gonna have to deal with the truth of what's the reality of this shit. It's gonna be better.
A lot of these companies, they are shutting down now because of these tariffs. These companies that have to rely on oil being shipped from these different countries, now they get tariff payments equal to or just a little bit less than the money they pay for the oil. There's a lot of them they can shut out. These small businesses shut down. There's going to be a lot of jobs out there.
Farmers can't hit left and right by the tariffs. They can't ship their stuff out. They can't get paid. Some of them are just barely making ends meet. Some of them are really considering retirement and going towards their normal jobs. So it shows you that shit is true.
Surviving off these subsidies and different tax breaks that they were getting. Right now, once Trump cut all that, now you see Esau crying out. Right? When Jake farmers were living without those from the beginning, man. Right? It was damn near impossible to run a farm as an Israelite, right, from the jump. But now Esau is starting to see, right, without all this money, all this debt that they can pile on to build forth to these, buying this land or buying these seeds or buying the fertilizer, all of the machines that they need, right? They know now that this is not sustainable.
What they tell the Jake, work hard. What do you say about the roof thing? Now the Lord is telling you the same thing. Work hard. You ain't saying nobody do stuff.
Get over it.
Get over it. And he's all crying, like and blessed. He's always crying and bitching.
You know, the bitch more like we gonna see Esau complain on a level that we never seen before. And you know his spirit, he's just gonna crash out.
This is book Isaiah 19 and verse 11. Surely the princes of Zion are full. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is becoming ruthless. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings.
Right, so it says, surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh has become brutish. So how have they became brutish? You know, because at one point, you know, they excelled, all right, in so-called wisdom.
First Kings 4 and 20. Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea. First Kings 4 and 30. It says, and Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of these countries.
Right, because essentially King Solomon was the wisest man, you know. He was Yahweh Shai in every generation, or one of the generations.
It says, and all the wisdom of Egypt.
It said all the wisdom of Egypt, you know, so at one point in time, you know, ancient Egypt, you know, was known for their so-called wisdom. That's why it says right here, Isaiah 19:11, surely the princes of Zoan are fools, the counsels of Pharaoh should become rooted. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings. You got Jeremiah 49:7 going into that because the Lord is taking away, you know, that so-called wisdom.
This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 11. In the NLT it reads, what fools are the officials of Zoan? Their best counsel to the king of Egypt is stupid and wrong. Will they still boast to Pharaoh of their wisdom? Will they dare brag about all their wise ancestors? Right, and that's what Esau is in the mindset of right now, realizing that he can't boast and brag on the works of his forefathers. Right. So as soon as he brings that out, you know, everybody's here to condemn it, huh? Because they know that this whole place was rooted and founded on rape, robbery, and murder. Right? So when they try to bring that out as if it was something to be proud about, you know, they get kicked down time and time again. Huh? You know? So all that advice, all the ways of your forefathers, right, they can't say, you know, my grandfather did this, he picked himself up by his bootstraps. Because everybody knows what truly happened. Huh? You know?
Isaiah 19 and verse 12. Verse 12. Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord Yahweh of hosts has proposed unto Egypt.
Right, it says, where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord opposed has purpose upon Egypt. And essentially, the Lord has a purpose against Egypt, death and destruction, you know.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see.
Right, so it said the burden of Babylon. All right, the scriptures going to time and time again, you know, scriptures in place as Maratayam, the rebellion. All right, Nineveh, Assyria. All right, Babylon and Egypt. And it says the burden. So that burden, it listed two times, Isaiah 19 and also Isaiah 13. You know, that burden, that doom is an utterance against this place. So what this place can look forward to, because the scriptures say that they have rebelled against the Lord. And essentially, the sins have reached into the size, you know.
So weighing down, I can see it weighing down on America. And it's starting to crush America, really. That weight is starting to become unbearable for America. I think so. Yeah, it's been played. I think we're seeing them start to crash out. You know, a lot of them ain't really even trying to pay the debt that they have. Because they're like, you know, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they're voting for Trump, because they thought that everything would get better. And really, we see things get even worse.
There's somebody teaching about that.
1 Corinthians 1 and verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding prove. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? And not supposed to have made foolish the wisdom of this world? Where is these wise men? Where are all the smart men? Just like everybody else, shepherds. Where's the disruptor who lied to the world, told them lies, and got the whole world on his lips? Where is he? Most I say he done destroyed them. They ain't nowhere. He done brought them down. Now everybody begins to see the light because they can't control the light no more. They covered it up once, but they can't do it now. So that's the Most High. He's showing everybody he's going to bring these damn devils down and raise up his people.
It's good weather for coming out.
The signs are there. When you read about Matthew 24,
Come out with hot as hell out here.
all the signs point that this is the end of Esau's kingdom. It was the second Ezra of 6 and 9, 9 and 6. Jacob's the end of the world, but Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob's the beginning of all of it, man. That transition is happening, man.
It's not going to be an instant transfer of power.
Right.
It's going to take place over time, like you said. We're seeing that happen right now.
Right.
The curses are being shifted to our enemies before Deuteronomy 36.
1 Corinthians 1 and verse 21. But after that, that in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom is not the Most High. It leads the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. First Corinthians 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, world by wisdom is not the Most High. It pleased the Most High.
If you have somebody watching what we did, that's good.
CPD.
Foolishness of preaching. This gospel being preached, right? It's confounding the wise of this world.
It's not them, it's
Right?
Sam.
It's
That might be one of the other
confounding its counselors.
Don't be surprised
unto
they be
Pharaoh.
over there right there.
It's confounding the people that are pleasing to the society and
Pretty sure they ain't
hopes
get no permit
that there's
before
going to be a restoration of America, right? And to the world, it seems foolish to them, right? But this is the plan of the Lord for the foolishness of preaching to confound the wise in this world. Because we're telling it according to the script of Yahweh outside what will happen. As the scripture tells us in 2 Ezra 15, the word is faithful and true. Nothing that's in, as we read earlier in Isaiah 34:16, none shall want her mate. Everything that we are reading is happening in real time. Everything that was foretold, going back to the apostles and the elders, the bishops, that's been laboring for years. Everything is about to culminate. We're about to see Jacob's trouble. We're about to see the MLTP. And what was once seen as a matter of, oh, that's a conspiracy. We are literally seeing the blueprint and the infrastructure be established to allow this to happen.
Yup, right in your face.
Yep.
First Corinthians 1 and 27. But the Most High had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Foolish things of the world to confound the wise. To this world, the preaching of the gospel is foolish. But yet it is confounding the very strongholds of this world. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4.
And the Most High had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Right, because it's supposed to speak about in your weakness I am made strong, but we paraphrase. The Lord has used us as mere vessels to preach this gospel, to preach this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the four winds. Whether our people here or forbear, the Lord had plans for this wisdom to go out. You see? And it's accomplishing the will of the Lord. Repeat that verse.
1 Corinthians 1 and 27. But the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Right, to confound the things which are mighty. These strongholds are mighty. You see, the doctrines and philosophies that Babylon, the great America, pushed out are mighty. But through the preaching of this gospel, it's brought it all into the subjection of the Mashiach. Because now the truth is being declared. Now all the lies that Esau has set up pretty much fortifying his hegemony on being
I'll
thrown
be
out the way.
surprised.
Right, as the scriptures speak about, you had to put in the chat earlier this week, by the way. Make you clear the path of the king, right? Digging up those stones. We pretty much driving out all the bullshit of this world to make clear for the way of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Verse 28. And base things of the world, and things which are despised,
And things that are despised, right?
I don't think they go
The
down.
scriptures tell you in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, the 26th verse, right? We were once called, we were once referred to not as the Lord's people, but it shall be declared we are. Roughly paraphrasing, right? You read it?
and the Most High chosen, yeah, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. One more. Verse 29. That no flesh shall glory in his presence.
This is Isaiah 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent you. Right? How is this word being promoted to the prophets? Right? We're seeing the manifestation of the prophecies come to pass by these words being brought out. The vibration of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is being spread throughout the four corners of the earth. Just by us speaking, man, we're seeing change, man. The end coming. Right? That's why it says, you go, we read earlier, right? In 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, where it talks about you shall consume him with the brightness of his consume him, the spirit of his mouth, right? This man's being consumed, man. His kingdom's being consumed as we speak.
That's right.
Right. Hewn them down by the mouth of the prophet.
Right.
Bro, is there anything else?
Shalom.